Hi y'all, Gabrielle here. I am back. We're going to do a dirty double because it's been too long and I've missed y'all and I'm sure y'all have missed me too. So let's get into this. I'm going to try to do things a little different. Try and see how this goes. It's funny, I started to shuffle and I noticed there were two flipped. It was the moon and the strength card. I want y'all to know you are strong enough to get through all of this. Your true strength will be revealed to you through this process. Excuse me. Yeah. Holy Spirit, we're going to use this deck here for the Divine Feminine collectively. And let's see what's going on with them collectively. I am open to receive any and all messages you may have. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I love you and thank you. Two more. Just prepping. Nothing else to do. Holy Spirit, I would like to use this deck here for the Divine Masculine. I'm open to receive any and all messages that you would like to deliver for the collective energies of the Divine Masculine. Thank you very much, Holy Spirit. I swore I just saw the Emperor. Yeah. Flashed me again. Oh! And then look on the bottom. Uh-huh. It seems as though our Divine Masculines are at least outwardly showing up. And they are tuned into the energetic frequencies of their feminine. What dropped out was leveling up. Your life is about to change for the better. Amen. I claim that. I know y'all about to claim it. And then I pulled out the Kipper deck as well. Like I said, I want to have a little fun. Alright. Let's see what's on the minds of the masculine and feminine. Right up front. Judgment. Interesting. Ten of Wands. That's what's on your minds. Did you make the right decision, huh, Divine Feminine? I don't want y'all to be afraid. I want you to know that I feel that with that Judgment card. Will you be raptured? Is this the rapture? I don't know. Only you can decide that. Really, I can't tell you what it is or what it isn't. I mean, I have my own opinions about everything that's going on, but that's neither here nor there. Some of you, Y'all funny. Some of y'all want to get laid. And you like, this is not necessarily the right time. But boy, I could surely use a piece. Interesting. Somebody real grateful they didn't go to Italy. I don't know who the hell that is. But I see these cypress trees. And it always reminds me of Tuscany. And the old villas they have there. And you just, around the properties, you see these massive, huge old cypress trees. Come to peace with it. Yeah. Go outside. I don't know who's... I understand there's lockdowns and stuff in place, but whoever this is, you need to go outside. You need some fresh air. You need some sunlight. You need to go ground. Connect to the earth. Release all that tension in your body. And for somebody, you just too damn pale. Go get some sun. Choices, choices. Decisions, decisions. And divine masculine, let's see. I started hearing, who's that, Babyface? Someone to hold, someone to know. I feel like both of y'all energetically are vibrating similarly, but not the same. Divine masculine's like, oh, they're trying. I'm telling you, it's this the divine masculine energy. From what I feel, a lot of them are up to no good. They trying to creep off. See how they're in the bushes, in the in the cut, getting they groove on. That's what a lot of these I don't even want to call them that, because it feels like if you're having to sneak away, or yeah. Probably means you're tied up with another person. But the Ten of Wands here in this deck is about mutual sharing of energy. It's not about selfishness in any way. Excuse me. You already know what that is. Right. The magic of the toe, the power of the man meets the power of woman. Excuse me, power of man meets the power of woman. Success in love must satisfy both partners. Right. It's just that sneaky sort of energy I feel with that. And it's like, even though this is very much on this, energetically on their minds, it wouldn't be fair. You see, I have X, X, and then 10, right? So that's 20, right? But look at that. Hmm. 10, 10, 10. Interesting. Oh, sorry. Shaking the camera. I just wanted to see. I thought so. The frog represents, right, even though it's a toad, same family, transition and transformation, emotional and physical healing, empathy, cleansing, renewal, rebirth, fertility, abundance, and ancient earth wisdom. I guess divine masculine needs to ground too. Needs to get outside in nature. Keep saying ground, so let me look at the root chakra. It says spiritually, frogs represent emotional cleansing and healing. Call for, call on frog energy if you want to. Excuse me, if you want help clearing negativity and toxic energies from your life. Child, you would think it was Mercury retrograde. Call on your frog energy if you want help clearing negativity and toxic energies from yourself or your surroundings. I call for frog energy here and now. Ribbit, ribbit. Pay attention to your environment, divine masculine, right? Because it says here, frogs have an association with birth and rebirth that traces back to Egypt, Rome, and many other cultures from antiquity. Scientists call frogs an indicator species because they give insight on how an ecosystem is functioning. Frogs have very thin skin that they sometimes breathe through, so they can easily absorb pollutants from their environments, which can harm or kill them. The presence of a lot of frogs is a good indication that the ecosystem is healthy. Well, that's good to know. Divine Masculine, you might need to pay attention to your health. Yeah, even more so. Oh, this is important, I find, because the sacral was coming in because they're getting it on. Frogs are social creatures, and a group of them is called an army. A group of male frogs will croak quite loudly to try to attract females. It is possible that when it comes to finding a life partner, you tend to be a bit verbose. You might even be part of a circle of very loud friends and think it is the way you will find love. Luckily for you, if this is the kind of circle you are happiest in and you don't already have a partner that is your equal, this is exactly the kind of behavior that will attract one. Your partner will be the same way. So, short and sweet, if you're loud and you're unattached, divine masculine, your partner is going to be just like you. Loud, drawn. Just saying. No tea, no shade. But if you don't want a loud, turned up person, you might want to remember that you can be very loud and turned up too. You know, we're mirrors. And so we attract what we put out. And so it's very relevant with this Ten of Wands because it's about mutual enjoyment. In love, it says success in love must satisfy both partners. Right. You know what I mean? Like, so remember that. Don't be superficial. You have to be honest with yourself. For some reason, I'm getting 3 strikes. I don't know who that's for, but it's just the fact that I got 10, 10, 10 out here. Interesting. That's what's in your head. Let's see what's in your hearts. Wow, divine feminine. Wow, divine masculine. Okay. So you both have a lot of fiery energy in your heart space, which isn't that surprising, only because we're in the, like, climbing deep into Aries season. I want to bring this down so y'all can see just a little better. There we go. Huh. Funny. You are trying really hard not to give into low vibrational energies right now. I mean, you are fighting the good fight. It's difficult. Usually y'all are too busy ripping and running. You can keep yourselves occupied pretty easily. But right now, keep fighting the good fight. Now look, this don't look like social distancing. Now y'all be careful. So let me stop playing. All that I'm not going to speak on it. Even though I'm pretty sure about my tone. Y'all already know how I feel about this bullshit. But anyway, I digress. You funny. Y'all like I could just, I don't even want to say it. It feels so graphic right now. I don't want to say it. But you know what's scary about this, because even though this is your heart space, that's an action card. You're fighting making a poorer choice on some real shit. You see that. I ain't gonna say, everybody gonna find themselves in a threesome situation. But a lot of y'all got roommates. Don't let the day drinking go too far now. He ain't ready. He not ready. No, he's not ready. I'm looking at the, oh no, that's a work shirt. Like a blue button down, pinstripe, or stripes. Yeah, don't do that, Divine Feminine. You're gonna be okay. Keep resisting whatever this is that isn't good for you. I feel like the battle is really, it's like higher and lower selves. It's just the way that, look, you see the X's, you see the void spaces around them. So when I was looking at it, I was like, okay, I see the diamond, alright, reflection, different angles. But then I started looking at it as above, so below. And so then I'm like, here I'm looking at the fire symbol for those low energies, you know what I mean? Action oriented, not thinking, rash decisions. It's like you're fighting to stay true to your heart and not give in to your loins. That's not easy, and I commend you for fighting this hard. Because that's really what it feels like. Because I'm looking at this too, and I'm like, you know what's best for you. You do. I actually feel like Divine Masculine is alone. And is thinking really, really hard. Even though I see someone with them, really what I feel like, even though these are action cards, I don't feel haste. Because it's like, because it's about mutual benefit, man, mutual, oh God, why can't I say this right now? Mutual benefaction. Oh fuck. There, wait. Mutual gratification, how about that? In all shapes and forms, you know what I mean? Because it's about love, it's not lust, even though it seems lusty, but it's equality. And then here we have, again, a 2 within the wands, an action card, and I get this equality, you know what I mean? Like, they're gazing at each other, they're playing with each other, they're teasing with each other, you know, it's like, I feel chemistry. Same thing here, chemistry. But what jumps out to me is, see how dark his legs are here? You see how the one is in the shadow? And it's like, I feel like the Divine Masculines collectively are at a point to where they are willing to put away a great deal of their shadow to arise at something that is real. Something that can have momentum. And really looking at these 2 cards, right, head and heart, in the middle, I'm going to pull almost like a throat chakra. So I'm looking at this as crown, heart. I'm going to pull the truth rising for the throat chakra. Jumping to conclusions. Interesting. And, personality disorder. Struggling to find self. Interesting. But that makes sense for the Divine Masculine. Now, Divine Feminine, this could be you, right? Maybe this judgment, right? This decision, this mental energy, right? Let me verify. I get mutable energies. I want you to know that regardless of your actual sign, if your sign happens to be mutable, this feels more like you. For the Divine Masculine, not the Divine Feminine. And Divine Feminine, you are probably more fixed energy. Maybe someone reached out to you. Because you see how there's a leap, there's a jump. Maybe you igged them. Maybe you didn't see the call. I don't know. But it feels like you're pondering the rhyme and reason on why. Maybe it's completely wrong. And you should probably think before you speak big time, because it's indicating that if you do, you're probably going to say the wrong thing because you've assumed something. And just looking at this hemming and hawing, this battle between the heart and the body, the emotional reasoning, and the physical reasoning, depending on the nature of your connections. And so, for the divine masculine, for the throat chakra here, personality disorder, struggling to find self. Again, I see this shadow. See the shadow? Hold on. You see how dark the legs are. You clearly see the contrast, the dualistic aspects of this masculine energy. But look, the feminine that he's wanting to connect to, because I feel more wanting than happening. She has dark aspects too, although hers look more like thigh highs or something. But my point is that there's a similarity between the two. Excuse me. Excuse me. Whether it's known or unknown. I feel like with this here, the feminine energy that this divine masculine wants to reach out to, connect to, take action toward, and it's definitely communicate, because between, look, it's 8, 10, 2, 8. That's 8 of wands between them. And so there's definitely action and communication that wants to take place from the masculine's perspective. But I feel like this person could have been selfish in many ways. Because just looking at the personality disorder, struggling to find themselves, it's like, again, it's the shadow. They want to put it in check. They want to bring more of themselves towards the light, if you will. I don't see this as imbalance. I see the perspective of it imbalance more than anything. But there's a wanting of something fresh between the two of them. One has much more purer intentions, if you will, and the other one has much more, I want to say this masculine energy is as grounded as they have ever been, because it's this brown cloaking around the chest cavity. And so I just feel this warm, earthy groundedness to them. And the feminine is perceived only in regards to what this divine masculine energetically, and who they're trying to tap into, and who it is that they are affixed to, transfixed on, if you will. This person has contained fire. Because I'm looking at the gun behind her. See how there's a flame that burns between them? That passionate connection that it is. I mean, just looking here, I know this is an Aries card, 2 of Wands, but the Archer's here. So again, I got that very mutable energy. Could be a Sagittarius, doesn't have to be. Could be highly aspected, doesn't have to be. But it is a mutable energy, I feel. But it's funny because Aries is cardinal, and what I feel between them is a sort of cardinal energy, if you will. Oh, I only have eyes for you. That's right. This one's very quick to fire, and I feel like this energy, because of the arrows, it would shoot those darts of love at many people, but all the arrows are neatly housed. They're not in motion. This masculine energy is reaching out, trying to connect with this feminine energy they consider to be dangerous for sure, because it's a gun, but contained. It looks like a shotgun, and we all know about the spray pattern on those shells. You know, she's dangerous but not lethal. Or, that's how I'm interpreting this energy. Be careful with your speech, Divine Feminines. Do not jump to conclusions. And just looking at this card again here for the Divine Masculine, you see the mirror, see all the various faces. We're all multifaceted, and that's really what I get. This is a long, hard look in the mirror for this masculine energy. Let's see what's going on in the solar plexus. Two of air. And then two of cups. Look at all these twos. 2, 2, 2. That's a message. I'm going to use the Kipper deck to see what it is, Divine Feminine, you are contemplating. Okay. Communication, like I said. I had a feeling. And what is... Tell me more about this person, this soulmate that Divine Masculine is connecting to. Tell me what it is they've decided about. Main female. Wow, there's another 2. I need this. See, I don't use this deck often. I want to see the book. Okay, so main male. Alright. And so that's like, interesting. So I guess I could interpret that as the, Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine. I know there's a wealthy as well. I thought there was a table of contents to this. Yeah. Divine Masculine has clearly made a choice about who it is he wants to share his time, his efforts, for sure his efforts, and his energy. He finally has found his equal. He's just dealing with that shadow part of himself. Wow. Divine Feminine, you hopeful, and I see that here. And I like that combination, 7 and 2. I do. I feel like whatever happens next will be a beautiful one for you. I just feel nervousness and a little anxiety. Because it's like, as quiet as it's been, and I feel like you're going to deserve a prize, an award for this acting job you about to put on. I feel like you're about to be rewarded. I really do. Although, I'm going to be honest, honey, I don't feel like this is to the winter for some. Uh, Maybe not. Because I'm just looking at this bride, right? Do you see how dark her hand is and how fair, like how light the rest of her body is? It actually reminds me of what happens to people through the winter. You know how you be so covered up. The only thing that's usually exposed at any great interval in the wintertime is your hands, you know. So they tend to be the darkest year long. Stay calm. You're gonna get you're gonna get to wear that white dress, okay? You will. I know for whomever I'm tapping into at this particular moment, that's important. You want the ceremony. You want friends and family. You want that. It doesn't have to be big, but I feel the want of that. You want to I really just started hearing Here Comes the Bride all dressed in white. Yes. For some of you, you might actually get a wedding invitation. That's why it's important not to jump to conclusions about anything. I think that would be some sneaky shit. How you gonna get an invitation to your own wedding? Surprise. That's what it feels like. Maybe one person. That would be so dope if someone went through all that effort and planned, like, the greatest day ever, and you didn't have to lift a finger. You fuck around, think you going as a guest, and you show up, and they like, surprise, it's your wedding day. Oh wow, that would be some fun stuff. Yeah, this is post. Somebody's gonna get like a card or a letter or something. Could even be an email. But this feels physical. Like, there's great effort placed into each detail of this envelope. I mean, that's some classy shit. If you get the wax stamp out, I mean, to me, that's some classy shit. Anyway, I think Divine Feminine, I'm picking up on, for some of you, you saw great potential in someone. Now, I don't live your lives, I don't. But I'm sure we've all been counseled against falling in love with potential. Now, some people have it in them to be the chariot master, you know, and they can fall in love with potential because the person possesses the drive, and you you can see them actually achieving what it is that they've set out for themselves. So in that case, I say falling in love with potential is okay. But normally, no. I think you're about to be validated. That's why it's important not to jump to conclusions. Say less. Say less. For real, say less. I don't know if these go together. I couldn't begin to tell you that. But I will tell you, even if they don't, it looks like it's going to be great. Either way. I feel like the divine feminines energetically are acting more like a man. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh shit, what they want. Oh man, da, da, you know what I mean? Running through all the negative aspects of why someone could be reaching out to you. You're not staying in a high enough vibration, what it feels like. Because if you could be jumping to conclusions, then again, not vibing high enough. You know, judgment could also be a coming together, a reconciliation, if you will. Who knows? You could just be at a point where you're like, I found my peace. Leave me be. Soon as you feel free from something, right? Soon as you let go, you release, you free yourself, things get better. That's what it feels like. And solar plexus, sacral. Oh, yes. Whew. So for the sacral chakra area, the energy you are vibing at, right? I'll look at that as like the passion center, right? What's motivating you? That's how I'll put it. What is a motivating factor for you both right now? For divine feminine, it's hope. It's faith. And willing to take a chance. Willing, praying not to get played again. It's just the way she's got that doll on her lap, Don't want to be toyed with. And so it's like a leap of faith. But it's trust. Trust in the divine. Trust in things higher than yourself. Yeah. I love that the opportunity to be surprised, right, is more than enough motivation for you, divine feminine. And I love that. I love how even the contrasting energy for this card is the unexpected, brutal, or revolutionary change. So those are some really powerful motivating factors right now for you. Now for the divine masculine, it's him. Him being in his highest vibration possible. It's the idea of him operating in his true power, in essence. no longer shielding himself. See the shield in the ground? Meaning no more guarding, defensive posturing. I really dig that. He's not motivated by money anymore. He wants something nourishing. And I say that because, see how the staff is in the fruit, the plate? I like that a lot. He actually even wants healthy sexual practices and a healthy partner. I hope that doesn't mean that he ran into something that was really bad or uncurable. Divine Masculine, you might want to go get checked out before you proceed or pursue anyone. Clean bill of health is always good. I'm going to pull one from the Truth Rising deck for Divine Feminine for the Fool card. Divine Feminine pull set up. Someone's being set up. But next to the Fool, I don't know. I might have to pull another one. Narcissist, alone time. Now for some of you, it is important because these cards came out for a reason. And so you need to be wary. Either way, you know what I mean? Don't jump to conclusions, but cover your bases, okay? That's clarifying, so you need to be prepared for the unexpected, dealing with anybody returning to you from the past. At this present moment, this person doesn't mean you any well-being. Now that I have these other cards that have clarified along with this, came out as a narcissist and alone time. Someone needs time for themselves. Maybe the person you're dealing with doesn't like to be alone, and that's exactly what a narcissist needs. But it's also saying that someone is not, they don't want to make amends, because that's what this says, but it came out reverse. They don't want to do that. This person doesn't want you to see them. For real, because behind closed doors, this person's working on you. Alright? Be wary of that. Be very wary of that. You dealing with a real asshole. So these are clearly not a match. These energies. And Divine Feminine, I'm going to be quite honest with you. Even though I've channeled for us energetically, we haven't shown up. And so we have some work to do ourselves. Now I'm going to clarify this Emperor card for the Divine Masculine and get some more clarity on what's motivating him. Wow. Look. stable man. They got their shit together. I like that. I mean, like I said, this person, this energy, this masculine energy is finally, excuse me, motivated for themselves. You know what I mean? Like, it's so different. And I say for themselves, but from what I can give another person that they want in their lives. Someone who matches them. And I do see that very much concurrently here. His legs are darkened and so are hers, right? And then we have the soulmate card, the Two of Cups. Not to mention here in the Two of Wands. I mean, look at this. This person, like I said, he's motivated. They're motivated by this person because they're contained. They match them. They do. These people match each other. But one is much more controlled and contained. And this masculine energy wants that. He wants that. And now he's motivated. He knows it's possible. Go easy, Divine Masculine. Don't burn out. Anything else, Holy Spirit, you want to tell us about Divine Masculine? Okay, so it was meant to come out. That was on the bottom of the deck. Guards up. So you need to be careful, Divine Masculine. Or maybe you come across overly guarded. Yeah, you can be stubborn. Excuse my stomach rumbling. Alright, let's get into the grounding energy. What's going to keep you grounded? Divine Feminine, yours is the Sun. Divine Masculine, it's the Magician. So I like how these are both high-vibing cards to me right now. Divine Feminine, what keeps you grounded is the idea of your true happiness, your bliss, your joy. Focus on those things, the pursuit of your own happiness. That's what's going to keep you grounded through all of this, and it won't get distracted or derailed. Focus on that. Divine Masculine, for you, I really feel as though it's your power to create that keeps you grounded. I feel like right now you are in awe of yourself, of how much you can accomplish when you put your mind to it. Truly. I do feel as though right now you are crafting some sort of communication, Divine Masculine. I do see that. Some sort of fire has been lit beneath you, and I'm happy to see it. I'm seeing an energetic shift. Whereas before, my masculine energies were vibing much lower, and they've stepped up. Congratulations. And now I see my feminines are falling behind. But all this major arcana I see, it's funny because I have the Sun, Judgment, and the Fool. What's missing between them all is the World. So there's a cycle coming to completion. You're getting ready to go through a jump, and that's why people are working on you the way they are. But let's see, I'm going to pull one card quickly from the Kipper deck for what's keeping you grounded. One for Divine Feminine, please. House. One for Divine Masculine, thank you. Adjudication. Wow. Coat of Arms. Oh, I never noticed that back there. Sudden Wealth on the bottom of the deck. Adjudication. So you're motivated, look. Your happiness Your grounding factor is your home. There's another 2, even though it's a 20. You know? I have 2, 2, 2, 2. I have 2 out here 5 times. Thirty is important. But yes. This is your year, Divine Masculine. I want you to know that this is your year. You want legacy. You want something legal. Maybe you're trying to create a business for yourself, Divine Masculine. You could also be going through a divorce, some of you. Maybe you're about to sign your papers, and that's your grounding. Like, you're a free man now. Maybe you're out of a bad situation, and now you have your eyes set on something that you really want, your heart's true desire. I see initials. I see C and M. Yeah. You know, you can create an empire with your feminine once you're united. It's also what I'm getting from that magician judication combo. And divine feminine, if what you want is a big old house, stay focused on that. Keep your aims high. Keep your focus, my loves. Alright, y'all. I hope you enjoyed this new format. Thank you for your likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. They are greatly appreciated. Thank you for your private bookings and your donations. They are greatly appreciated. You can find me at tellallyourbusiness.com, or excuse me, tellallyourbusinesstarot.com, Busy Bee Digital on both Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. Yes, yes, yes. I am reachable across all platforms now. Thank you so much. Leave your feedback for this video. Light and love. Bye.